It began like any other midweek grind, an ordinary Wednesday with no hint of what was coming. The hours at work dragged like weights on my shoulders, the kind of day where exhaustion seeps into your bones. Endless meetings, tight deadlines, and barely a moment to steal a bite between tasks had left me drained. Everything about it felt routine, until, almost miraculously, I wrapped things up ahead of schedule. That unexpected pocket of freedom sparked a sudden idea. I'd surprise Clara, my fiancée. Something thoughtful. Something warm. I stopped by her favorite sushi spot, the one she always praised, and grabbed a bottle of her treasured red wine, the one she reserved for special evenings filled with joy. Clara and I had been engaged for half a year, and we'd been sharing our home for nearly 2. In my heart, I believed we were building something enduring, a relationship rooted in trust, effort, and mutual growth. I never romanticized love as effortless. I knew it required resilience, compromise, and showing up when it mattered. And I thought I was doing just that, giving my all. Or maybe I simply convinced myself I was. As I opened our apartment door, I moved quietly, careful not to break the stillness. My arms were full, the sushi, the wine, but my thoughts were already rushing ahead, imagining her face lighting up in delight. I pictured her curled on the sofa, wrapped in her cozy throw, eyes fixed on one of her beloved reality shows, a scene of comfort and intimacy I'd grown to cherish. But instead of the soft flicker of a TV, I heard her voice coming from the bedroom. It was low and casual, the kind of relaxed chatter you'd expect during a phone call with a close friend. She sounded carefree, even cheerful. I paused, smiling faintly, assuming she was just catching up with someone. Then I heard my name. Daniel's just my backup plan. Once I figure things out, I won't need him anymore. The words hit like a wrecking ball. My breath caught in my throat. It felt like something inside me shattered. I froze in place, standing just outside the bedroom, my body rigid with shock. My grip on the wine bottle tightened until my hand ached, and the sushi bag drooped, forgotten by my side. I didn't speak. I didn't move. I just listened. Clara kept talking, unaware of my silent presence. Her laugh, light and airy, sliced through me like a blade. She told whoever was on the other end that I was dependable, safe, someone steady to cling to until something more exciting came along. I was reliable, predictable, even boring. She called me routine. She thinks I'm all in, she said, chuckling. But he's just a filler, a stand-in until I'm ready for something real. Her words carved into me. I stood there, locked in place, unsure if minutes or hours passed. My heart thudded violently, but beneath the chaos, a brutal clarity began to take root. She had said enough. Wordlessly, I stepped into the kitchen and set the wine and sushi down. What had once been a loving gesture now sat as a cruel reminder of misplaced affection. I didn't confront her. There were no angry accusations, no emotional breakdowns. She wasn't worth the spectacle. Quietly, I walked to the bedroom closet and pulled out a small duffel bag. I packed only the essentials, a toothbrush, some clothes, my passport, and my laptop. The rest was meaningless now. Still, she hadn't noticed. Too caught up in her conversation, too deep into outlining how she'd end things before our wedding day came. I removed my engagement ring and placed it gently on the dining table. No words, no note. Just a symbol of what had died that night. Later, she must have realized something was off. My phone started buzzing. First 10 missed calls. Then 25. Voicemails poured in, her voice swinging from confused to enraged, then to frantic desperation. I ignored them all. Each message only confirmed what I already knew. The warmth in her voice had vanished. All I could hear now was betrayal. By morning, my phone overflowed with texts. Daniel, where are you? Why aren't you answering? This isn't funny. Please, call me. Let me explain. It's not what you think. I didn't mean any of it. I was venting. You misunderstood. But I hadn't. I heard her clearly. Every syllable. There was no room for interpretation. I was never the love of her life, just a placeholder, a stopgap while she waited for something more exciting to come along. I spent the next few weeks staying with a friend, dismantling my connection to Clara piece by piece. I blocked her number, cut her off from my social media, and erased every possible bridge she might try to cross. Then one day, she showed up at my office. Unannounced. Her eyes red, her hands trembling as she begged me to hear her out. She swore I meant everything to her, that fear had made her say those things. But nothing she said could touch me anymore. Not after I heard her speak about me like an obligation. Like a mistake she was planning to correct. Had I not come home early that night, I might have walked blindly into a marriage built on lies. I might have wasted years believing I was her forever, never knowing I was just a convenient pause in her story. What I heard that night broke me, but it also freed me. In her careless words, I found a brutal but necessary truth. One I was lucky enough to uncover before it was too late. Sometimes, the most honest things people say are the ones they never think you'll hear. And for that, I'll always be grateful. Leaving Clara wasn't just an escape from betrayal, it was a promise to myself. Never again would I allow anyone to treat me as a second choice.